Alright, that's enough with the stupid music. Get to the chase. So, random weird dreams that I had, or just random dreams that are weird in general, that I had. Enjoy my yapping. Watch this, you can listen to this while I'm whatever. So let's start off with, a dream that I had, which is weird in general. So, sleepy, eepy, I was sleepy, eepy, and then I had a dream where I was working at Target. I'm working at Target, and I'm like, but I'm not old enough to have a job. And then I notice my cat's with me, but not just my cat, all of them. And there's I'm in a Target inside of a mall. And I'm like, why am I working at Target inside of a mall? I'm in a Target inside of a mall. That's interesting, I guess. And then I woke up. Yeah. Wait, no. I was afraid that my cats would leave, because I'm very attracted to my cats. I love them very deeply. They're great, awesome cats. And I was afraid. I was trying to keep them from walking away, because I was no, I can't lose these cats, dude. I'm gonna get in trouble, or I'm gonna miss them, or they're gonna die because there's bad people. And I mean, at least I'm protective over my cats. That's a good thing. But I feel I'm a little overprotective, but And I woke up. This one's a nightmare. So I had a dream where the back rooms monster was chasing me, my brother, and my mom in my house. I don't know why it was the back rooms creature. And I would go into the basement. I don't know why I went to the basement. That was the stupidest place to go. Probably because, tornadoes, basement, safe place. Sometimes basements aren't very safe, sometimes they are. But basement. I went in the basement. Half of our basement was there was one half of our basement that was the back rooms, and then the other half was just our basement with a completely different carpet and a completely different layout. And I was like, what the heck? Alright. And I just hid behind something, and I could see the back rooms creature looking for me. I was like, oh my god! And then randomly everything just disappeared, and I was just hiding in that basement. I was like, what the heck? And I went upstairs, and then J-Man Curly appears and comes upstairs from the basement. J-Man Curly! I don't know why J-Man Curly was there. And I woke up and I was like, that was something. I mean, okay, well, okay. This dream was when I was a lot younger, very, very young, and I think it was when we were in our old house, or when we first moved into this house, and I had a dream where my brother's head was inside the toilet. Not I tried to scream, but my head was underwater. Not he dipped his hand in the water. Not he dipped his head in the water. It was not that it wasn't like he dipped his head inside the toilet. It was decapitated head inside the toilet, and the bathroom was completely. It was large, like it was a giant room, no shower, no bathtub, just a toilet right in the center. Ah, yes, my bathroom. Welcome to my little bathroom. A giant room with just a toilet. And like in the dream, I saw like my mom staring at the toilet. I was like, huh? Why is she staring at the toilet? So I like walk. The thing is that my mom didn't even like do any. She was just like standing there. She didn't even say anything. Probably because like my 4-year-old or 5-year-old mind was like, I don't know how to replicate your mom's voice. So yeah, she's just gonna be quiet and she's gonna just stand there. Like, okay. Okay, that's nice. And then so I like walk over to her and she's just staring at my brother's decapitated head in the toilet. I'm like, what the heck? No, because I look at the decapitated head in the toilet and I found it the scariest thing ever. And then I woke up screaming, crying because, you know, I was like 5 to 4 years old or whatever, probably 4. I was like, Logan head in the toilet. Toilet head. And you know what's crazy? The fact that literally, the Skibidi Toilet's a thing. And then I was like talking to it. I was like talking to my brother about it like last year. And oh my god, then Logan was like, wait, Skibidi Toilet, your dream predicted that. No way! Oh my god! Oh! And then we like went crazy about it because like, no way, my dream predicted Skibidi Toilet. I don't know how. That was the stupidest prediction ever. But my brain was just like, brother's toilet. What? Brother's toilet? Brother's head in toilet? And then this random guy's like, head in toilets? Yeah. Skibidi Toilet. What? I wouldn't think I'd be ever talking about Skibidi Toilet and me having a dream and me predicting Skibidi Toilet in a video ever. I know it's so stupid and so many people clicked off the video because of it, but you know, it was so stupid. Okay, I had to talk about it. I literally had to. You can't blame me, alright? You cannot blame me. I had to so bad. That was like and then I had this dream. This is a different dream. I don't know how old I was. I think I was like 8 to 7 or 9. Where I was in this like abandoned version of our house, but like there was like an upstairs and everything was just wooden and like burnt and abandoned and it looked so weird. It was like, you know, there was no graffiti, of course, so everything was just like abandoned and broken down, and like there was like wood pieces like falling, breaking. There was like wood like slanted, and everything was just all dirty, dusty, and gross. It's like, you know, a house you'd like see in a horror movie type thing or something. It looked so weird. And like the dream started off with like me walking up the stairs. I'm pretty sure like the stairs were like so weird. They were like wooden and all they like so it's so God. Maybe I was in the basement. I don't know why. But like, you know, our basement like looks a lot more different because our basement doesn't like go down, cause you know, I live in a 1-floor house, and then we just have a basement, so probably it's a 2-floor, but I like to think of it as a 1-floor because, you know, the basement isn't appearing from the outside, so, like, the basement isn't, whatever. And, so I just like to think of it as a 1-story house, but yeah, not a 2-story, because the basement, like, I like to think of a basement like a completely different story. You know, not like a second story at all. Not a first story or a second story or whatever. I don't think of that way. I think of like the basement just as a complete, you know, story. So, you know, everyone thinks of basements differently. And anyway, cut to the chase. And so I was like walking up, and then I walked to like, I was like looking for my mom, I'm pretty sure. So I was like walking through this hallway, and I was like walking straight. I look left, I look right, and then one time and then I looked right, and I see my mother is laying on something. I don't remember what it was. I think it was like a table, and she was dead. She got murdered. I don't know what it was, but I just like, this was the time where I was very like, clingy to my mother, because I'm a very clingy person, you know, and I just get clingy to random people. So I was just like, oh, I love my mom so much, and I would like do this thing where I would give her like a hug attack, so I'd like go behind her, and I would just like hug her out of nowhere. I would just say, hug attack. God. I miss those. Maybe I should do that again. I don't know, but that was just a very silly thing I would do, you know. I'm just known for that stuff. But like, yeah. So then I like saw that, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I walked forward again, looked to the right, and I see my brother is dead. Huh, what the heck? And he's laying on a table as well. What the heck? Are people like sacrificing my family? What is going on? I was like, huh, okay. Walk again. My oldest sister's dead. What the heck? I don't see my dad or my other sister in the dream at all. I feel like I've never seen my dad or my sister in like a dream. Any of my dreams, I'm pretty sure. Okay, well, actually, I don't know. Maybe I have and I just like forgot, but like I feel like I've never seen them in a dream before. So yeah, maybe I'll make a part 3. Not part 3. This is part 1. I'm gonna make a part 2 if you guys want. So yeah, that's all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for all the support, all the subscribers. Even though if we keep going like down, up and down to 3K, cause like I'm like, oh my god, I'm so close to 3,000 subscribers, and then it goes down. I'm like, oh well, I guess not. And it goes up. Oh my god, goes down. Oh well, I guess not. And I'm just like, well, we'll get there when we get there, all right? And I'm excited, but like, you know, we'll get there when we get there. I'm not gonna be impatient about it. I'm not gonna force people to subscribe to me. Subscribe to me right now, or else you're 10,000 spiders crawl up you. Dude, chat, is that a subscribe? Is that a subscriber? I'm trying. Never mind.